What's up YouTube, Jeff back again. Today another very exciting video for you guys, and today I'm very excited because I have the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max in the house. Yes, I purchased a unit and imported one here to the US. A little more expensive than I would have liked. I got this one off of eBay. I think it was around 1,300 bucks, somewhere around there. Today we're going to go ahead and do the unboxing. Now, very weird shaped box. You guys can see this is actually very, very long and thin for a box shape for a phone. It's actually, I don't actually have the Galaxy S25 Ultra box. It's at my office downtown. I'm shooting this at home, but it's like twice as long as the Samsung box for the S25 Ultra. So you've got the branding there, co-engineered with Leica, powered by Xiaomi's HyperOS. On the back, you've got Dolby Vision Atmos. There you guys can see some of the various certification labels. Let's go ahead and open it up. You got some Mi branding on the top. You do get some very nice stuff in the box, so we'll put this to the side for just a second, take the phone out, and just have a quick peek here. You can see that nice sound of the plastic coming off. Take that, set that to the side. You got some regulatory stuff there. Go ahead and peel that off. I did get the 512 gigabyte, 16 gigabyte RAM model. You guys can see the Xiaomi branding there. I got the green color. I'm trying to decide between green and purple, but I really do like this green color in the hands. A little dust up there. You guys can see that big camera module, which has that secondary display on the back, which is something I'm really excited to test out. That Leica branding on the front. There's no oh no, there's an installed screen protector. That's why it's getting fingerprints all over it. I'll probably pull that screen protector off. Go ahead and set that to the side here for a second. Take a look at what's in here. I'm guessing this is probably a case because Xiaomi is very good. You've got your booklet here showing you where your SIM card slot should be. And yes, we do have a case, though usually these cases are not of the greatest quality. It's just a hard shell clear case, which you could usually get on Amazon for any other phone, probably for like $5 to $8. So, it's not going to be the greatest thing, but considering that this phone is not sold in the US and it may take me some time to find another case that I like or import one of the Xiaomi official cases from somewhere, it'll certainly do the job. For now, you of course also get other goodies in here that you're never going to find in a US box, particularly for Samsung, Google, Apple, etc. You've got a 100 watt designed by Xiaomi power brick right there. You guys can take a look at that. Now, one thing that's very interesting and I don't really like, I think you guys can see, this is a USB-A to C cable for the power brick. And you can see there, I put it in wrong. That's the one thing I've gotten used to with USB-C. There's never a wrong way to put it in there. But 100 watts, Samsung, you guys should pay attention to that. And that's everything in the box. So, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I posted this over on X and people were like, wow, that box is incredibly long. What's the reason for it being so long? Well, I guess because they're fitting all this extra stuff that other people aren't putting in there. I guess you can make it really short and fat if you want it, or long and skinny, and that's what they went with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a SIM card in here, boot this up, and we'll take a quick look at the Xiaomi HyperOS. I'm going to have to install the Google Play Store because, of course, it's a Chinese model. It doesn't come with it out of the box. And we'll take a look at that secondary ticker display. Go ahead and walk through the setup here a little bit. I just put my SIM in, boot it up. You can see here, even if you import it, you can get into the English menu right away. And then go ahead and put in your Wi-Fi information. Let me do that. One thing I will say is that you have to be careful because the Xiaomi Secure Keyboard is a little weird if you're used to Gboard or Samsung keyboard. You then get to choose your sample text size here. You can see, it starts off kind of small, but I don't know. The other sizes are really large. I think I'll probably stick with the small size here to go with that. You got your terms and conditions. I'm sure some people will tell you probably that this says the Chinese government can get all your information, but we're going to go ahead and agree to that so we can go ahead and continue with the setup. Basic settings, location, emergency location, system updates, send usage and diagnostics, user experience, child mode, interconnectivity, transfer items across devices like AirDrop, things like that. Obviously, you can go ahead and turn these things off later, but usually when I set up a phone, I see everything that's enabled and then usually go back and revise things that I don't want. Content center, Duocon, find books. A lot of these things are going to be specific to China since this is not the global model. Hyper AI engine, Xiaomi home account. Some of these things you won't even be able to really sign up for anyway. Here you can go ahead and import from an old device, use as a new device, restore from Xiaomi Cloud. I'm going to go ahead and use this as a new device. And then it's going to ask you to sign into your Xiaomi account, which you can't really do anyway. It's really kind of tricky to sign into your Xiaomi account if you don't live in a country where this is supported. But I do have one from a long time ago, back when they did sell some phones in the US, so I'll give it a shot. So that was kind of interesting. It won't let you exit the Xiaomi account page. Luckily, I was able to put in my number and get a code because I did have a Xiaomi account from back when they sold some phones here. Xiaomi Cloud here. You can go ahead and set that up. I was able to get the code and sign in, which is great. You can set up your fingerprint here. Obviously, we're going to have to do a pattern. I hate these things where you have to acknowledge it. You know, it gives you like 5 seconds to think about it. That happens on a lot of Chinese phones. I don't know why it annoys me so much, but it really does. Kind of can, just gets on my nerves, because I guess maybe it's because that's not something that you ever have to do when it comes to a Galaxy phone, and I'm so used to using those. Screen protector tip. No, I don't really want to see that again. Let's go ahead and set up our fingerprint sensor. Xiaomi's always had some very good fingerprint sensors, so see how it goes here. That was very, very fast on the setup. I can roll my other ones later. Hyper Xiao AI, all new experience, multimodal perception, deep system integration, proactive intelligence that understands you better. Okay, press and hold the power button for 0.5 seconds to wake it up. Record your greeting. No, I'm not going to do that now. Mobile network operator. Okay. And system navigation. So we got full screen gestures, or you've got your buttons. I don't want to learn navigation gestures. I already know how to use them. Recents layout can be vertical or horizontal here. So I'll take vertical for now. And so now it's going to let me go to the home screen here. As you can see, no Play Store. You've basically got a bunch of popular Chinese apps, which will take me some time to install all this stuff, because obviously I'm not going to use it. So let me go ahead and install the Play Store, and we'll come back and take a look at some of the rest of the quick features, especially that rear screen. Talk a little bit about the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 as well. All right, guys, so I went ahead and set up the Play Store. It's very simple to do. You just go into the Mi App Store and download that. Not too bad, and you can get your Gmail, your Chrome, and all your Google services on here. Just looking through the UI, I mean, it's very fluid, some interesting animation choices, and I'm definitely going to do a further tour and some setup tips and trips on HyperOS. I might even do a comparison video to One UI, because I think that'd be very interesting as I kind of get back into reviewing other Android phones, which I haven't done for a long time. But before we kind of exit or the unboxing here, I want to talk about this rear display, because this is one of the reasons it says double tap to wake and learn about the rear display. So let's do that. Swipe right to open the camera. So here you can swipe from this edge to return. Press and hold to change your wallpaper here. And then that kind of shows you how you can use it. So you can see here, if we do press and hold, we've got some different wallpapers that we can choose. This is the stock one. Doesn't look like there's a lot of them. I'm sure there's probably a way to edit these a little further. I'll have to dig into that a little bit. I'm sure there's a way to customize them a little bit, but this is the stock one with the analog clock. This is one of the things that really caught my eye about this phone. The Xiaomi, I think it was the 11 Ultra, had a rear display like this, and I owned that phone, and I really did like it, so I wanted to give that another go just for that reason. Let's go into the main settings, though, and see if we can find this here. It's probably in display. I'm just taking a guess here again, since I haven't done a Xiaomi phone in a while. Adaptive refresh rate Pro. That's a very nice, cool setting there. Let's just look, and let's just search here for rear display. Rear display, and there it is. So personalization. Let's see what kind of settings we can get into. You've got some different themes. Oh yeah, you can get plenty of interesting clocks and things like that here, and wallpapers as well. So there's definitely some interesting ones you can load here. You can change the colors and things like that. So it's not limited to just what we saw back there. There's quite a few different ones that you can choose from. You can add them from within here. And I'm sure people will create more of these over time. Always on display, turn that on or off. About the rear, always on display, and camera, wallpaper. And then you're going to get your notifications here as well. So it'll be interesting to see which notifications populate and everything there. This one's certainly a lot larger, a lot more interactive than the one that was on that Xiaomi 11 Ultra so many years ago. Definitely eye-catching and more interesting. I'm sure I'll get a lot of questions about this as I'm out and about. But my first impressions of this phone are it's beautifully made. Xiaomi makes some gorgeous hardware. I mean, the build of this, it honestly feels nicer in the hand than the iPhone 17 Pro Max. I know some iPhone purists are going to hate me saying that, but it does feel, I've been using the iPhone 17 Pro Max for the last few weeks. It feels better, in my opinion. Fingerprint sensor is super responsive here. And of course, this is the first phone with the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. So I'm going to get a chance to benchmark that, do some performance testing, because that will be in the Galaxy S26 Ultra most likely here in the US. And so it'll be fun to get some benchmarks on that. Like I said, I'm going to do some tutorials on HyperOS as well, maybe do some comparisons. Let me know what you guys want to know about this phone. I'm kind of excited about it. Haven't had a Xiaomi phone in a while. This one looks very interesting, exciting. Going to be doing a lot more Android phones, like I said. Imports, things like that you won't necessarily find here in the US. And of course, covering everything that you will find, Pixels, OnePlus, Samsung, iPhone, etc. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this one. Should be a fun one to get into. Appreciate you guys checking out this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.